Previously, we spoke to Moonchild Kaltwe. She runs a unique brand and young designers had to give her a 10 for originality. Her brand is self-interpreted and has been taken on with a very open-minded view in this industry. She will be launching a summer brand with Tshwane the Lazy, so that should be something proper.
This one is still sticking to the concept, which is Moonchild Kaltwe selling sex in a candy store. So it's very like delicious and enticing, and yet you feel covered although you're not.
Today we have Andiswa with us, a designer who's been in the industry for 8 years. She shares a life story and believes that there is a lesson that can be taken from it by each and every designer out there. Good day and welcome to Young Designers. We have Andiswa with us today, and she happens to be designing clothes for SA finalist Ditro. We want to know exactly what it is that she does in all of this. And as you have seen, he always looks on point. Hi Andiswa.
Hi Megan.
How are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So tell me more about your brand.
My brand name is Umtikazi, which comes from Umtimkulu, which is my clan name. Basically what we do is we make clothes for all individuals, different sizes, different age groups. Basically we cater for whatever the customers or the clients want. Yeah, so we do traditional stuff, we do corporate stuff, but mainly on the corporate side with the African prints we visit them. We're not really necessarily in too deep with them, but mainly just the corporate stuff, like, you know, your office wear, and like you said, Diro, he's always looking on point, so we make sure that we make our customers look on point all the time.
Where did all of this start?
It started many years ago. When I was a child, it was either law or fashion. So as I got older, fashion kind of like took its own path in my life, so I went that route. After matriculating in, I'm not going to tell you which year because that will reveal my age. After matriculating, I came to the University of Johannesburg, which was Wits Tech then. I just exposed my age, wow. It was Wits then. I studied fashion designing. Once I finished, I could not find a job in the fashion industry. It's very tough, even to date. It's still very hard for you to make it in the fashion industry. So what I then decided was, I'm just going to look for a job because home is in the Eastern Cape. I'm just going to look for a job and just to pay the bills while I'm pushing my fashion on the side. And then I found myself working for corporate for 5 years, but I was still doing the fashion on the side. So I would knock off from work, come home and start working. And this year, early this year, then I decided to leave corporate and just focus on my fashion. So yeah, it's been hard, but we're getting there.
Obviously, making clothes for Ditiro is one of the highlights in your career. What more have you done?
Well, there isn't much, I would say, in terms of dressing up celebrities or anything like that. But I've been dressing people for a number of years. Been what, 8 years now? Yeah. But in terms of dressing famous people or anything like that, is actually our first project.
He mentioned something that he always pushed you to your limit. He always made you make something out of your comfort zone. How did you cope with that?
You know, when I met Dirone, we actually clicked on our first meeting. He was introduced to me by one of his colleagues at Nedbank, who's a friend of mine. So the moment we met, it was, I would say our style kind of like clicked. I could understand the type of person that he has, because he's got a very lively personality. So I then had to go back to the drawing board and design stuff that's suitable for him, because, you know, when you're dealing with corporate people, they like to be very what do we call it, like they do straight lines. It's black, it's white, and that's it. So Diro was basically one of those clients that give you the opportunity to be like free, express yourself and everything in terms of the fabrics and the colors that we used. So he was just one of those people that I was actually very excited to do stuff for a corporate person, but with a bit of an urge. So it didn't bother me that he was so pushy, because he accommodated my creative spirit as well, because there's nothing as demotivating as when someone comes to you as a designer and says, you know what, just make something for me, but then they still want to dictate certain things. So he gave me that freedom to do whatever I want to do, and actually none of the stuff that I've made for him he's ever said, no, I don't think this is for me. So I think our styles kind of like gelled very well together.
Being out of the corporate world, as you mentioned, what are the difficulties that you're facing now in the industry?
Paying the bills. I always say to people, whenever they say, do I miss corporate, I always say the only thing I miss about corporate is the 25th, because you know on the 25th there's money coming into your bank account. So now the struggle is, you know, each and every month you need to push yourself in order for you to be able to sustain your livelihood. So I would say basically it's you know, it's things like that. But we, as the business grows, you kind of like, you start moving in the right path. So it's the learning, it's the things like that.
Is Andiswa Mdletshe a sole trader, or does she have people that works with her?
I do have people that work with me. I do have people that work for me. You've met well, my friend in there, the light-skinned one. She's also a designer. So when we decided actually to move to this house, it was to turn the garage into a working space, because it's very open. So you're basically killing two birds with one stone. Instead of having to pay for your home and then a studio, which is very costly for people that are going into the business and without any other financial backing. So it made sense for us. So we decided to combine our resources and we work from here, both of us, but it's two different brands, but we work under the same roof. And we've employed two people. The other guy is not here today. We've employed two people that help us, because you know, sometimes it becomes very difficult for you as a designer to go see clients, to go buy fabrics, to do this and this and this, and then still come back home and do the sewing. So it becomes very strenuous. So that's when then we needed to have. So we're basically a team of 4 people.
We've covered the business side of who you are.
Yes.
Tell me a bit more about your personal life, your family. How do you weigh everything out?
Family. Family is very far away. Well, home actually is far away, because I do have family this side as well. I grew up in the Eastern Cape in a small town called Umtata. I went to would I call Holy Cross? Yeah, it is a Catholic school. So grew up there. I was born, bred and battered there, and then moved only after post-matric to East London first, and then I came to Johannesburg in 2004. So leaving home I would say it was liberating, at the same time scary. You know, you're moving into a new town, especially a big city like Johannesburg, and you basically on your own. It was me and my little sister, but we're both young. But I would say the foundation that my parents planted has actually carried me, and I would think her as well, my sister, to the women that we are today. Because this city can swallow you if you here for whatever, you know, and you're not grounded. So I would say the foundation that I got from home and everything has made me stronger to be able to even stand on my own and do things by myself. But yeah, I grew up in Umtata, moved here. I have 4 siblings. My dad, he passed away in 2004. So my mom basically carried us through varsity all by herself, and here it's just me and my sister who's married. So it's me, her and husband, and I do have an uncle in Pretoria. So I do have family that is close by to support me in times of my needs and, you know, stuff like that. But home is still home, Eastern Cape. Yeah.
Having a brand, you have a long-term, a mid-term, and a short-term goal. Can you cover those for me? Where do you want to go to?
Okay. Oh wow, this is every fashion designer's dream, to build an empire. I mean, it's cliche, but I would think we all mean it at one point or another. It just depends on the drive of a person. Well, with me, my short-term, starting with short-term, is to have a brand that is recognizable, a brand that is out there and that's reachable to people, because right now you have me working from my home studio, so my marketing mainly is word of mouth more than anything. And yes, I'm working on the other things like the website and everything. There's actually a lady who's helping me out with that right now, but basically now it's word of mouth, and it is working and it's spreading, because I'm able to survive on just that. So the short-term goal basically then is to get my brand out there, like have a bigger scope of the market, if I may put it like that. Get my brand out there, probably have an online store, because you know, with the internet now, it's easy for people to shop. Like, you don't need to leave your home, or you don't have to, if you in the Eastern Cape, for instance, and you want to support me, you don't have to come to Gauteng for you to do that. You can just log on, order your stuff. So that's one thing that I want to get into. And then medium term is to have shops, like boutiques in the different cities that we have in the 9 provinces, hopefully. And then long-term goal is to give Edcon a run for its money.
Are you wearing your brand right now? Is that short of you?
Yes. Yes. I always make sure that everywhere I go, I have something, even if it's not the whole complete outfit. I always make sure that I have something that is me, because then people will ask. If I'm gonna go and wear a dress that each and every person is wearing, then no one's gonna come and ask me. So now I have that. It's also another marketing way, I would put it, because I know there's every time I go to church, I always make sure that I'm wearing a dress that I've made. And I don't know how many clients I've actually gotten from church by just me wearing something that I've made, because then people will come up to you like, that is beautiful, where did you get it? Oh, I made it. Then there you have a customer, unlike me having to go and wear something that I bought somewhere else in.
The fashion industry as a whole is so competitive, and there's always people that's copying each other. And obviously you need to have something unique in your clothing to stand out. What would be unique in your range?
Uniqueness to me, I always say to people, there's nothing new under the sun, and it's been said more than 100 times, more than 1,000,000 times, but truly there is nothing new under the sun. It's basically how you interpret whatever you come across. So to me, the one thing that I invest on is quality, because like I said, we cater for different clients, even though my main thing would be to go strictly corporate clothing, like, you know, your nice suits for ladies and men, but you still get clients that come with dresses that have been designed by someone else. They probably saw it in a magazine or something, like make me this. So me making that, I take it and I make it my own. I make sure that it does not really look like a photocopy of whatever they've brought to me. I look at it and then I change certain things just to make it my own and a little bit different. So I would say, in terms of, I call it my DIY fashion, because it's not something that I designed from scratch. It's the client who brought it to me. But when it comes to the stuff that I personally design, like for instance, if you're gonna make a suit for a corporate person, because like I said, they like straight lines. If you're going to do that, then you need to tweak it a little bit, even if it's not something that's going to be screaming from across the hall, because they try to run away from being too much. So even if you tweak it a little bit and put a stitch somewhere, just so that it does not look like something that they bought at a store, it is something that was tailor-made for them. And also I invest on the fit, because you don't want a situation where a client's jacket fits exactly like a jacket you would have bought in a store. You want it to fit them specifically, you know. So yeah, we invest basically on that, on the fit, the quality of the fabric, and basically turning the pieces and making them our own.
By what I've gathered, you've been in the industry for quite a while. What advice could you give up-and-coming designers that's trying to make it?
I would say just make sure this is really, really what you want to do. Because, like I said, it's tough. It's really, really hard because, like you said earlier on, that the market is very competitive and it's also very saturated. So you need to basically know, come what may, this is really what I want to do. Because I had to leave comfort because I was comfortable where I was working. I did not get any stress from it, but I left because I had to follow my heart. I had to follow my passion. So at the end of the day, you need to know that it's not about money, because you need to do what you love and then the money will follow. I know people say that all the time, but it's actually very true if you've walked in that path. So I would say then you need to really make sure this is really, really what you want to do, because if it's not, you'll find yourself in a situation where you finish your degree, you finish your diploma, you can't find a job in the fashion industry, and then you end up wanting to go back to school and starting from scratch because it's not giving you the money or the satisfaction that you wanted it to give you. So you need to really, really make sure that it's what you want to do. Do your research properly, because I know when I came to study fashion, I thought I was going to be a buyer. Then I graduate, and then people that get jobs are actually people who studied fashion management. I'm like, I should have studied fashion management, but I didn't know then because I didn't do my proper research. To me, it's like, fashion is fashion. Only when I got there, then I discovered that actually, if you want to get exposed as a buyer or anything like that, then you would have studied fashion management, because they go more in detail when it comes to running a business in terms of fashion and everything, compared to us fashion designers, because we're more creative, and they do teach us the basics of running a business, but it's more on that side. So I would advise the person to really do your research, just make sure that this is what you want, and yeah.
This is a set question on young designers, and it goes as follows. What would you like to be remembered as when there is no longer Andiswa on this earth?
Wow. I would like to be remembered as a woman who made nice clothes and made people look pretty. I'm just kidding. I think, we all want to leave a legacy behind. The one thing that I always want to do, me personally, is give back. I started my business with that whole idea in my head that one day it's going to be so big that I'm going to hire so many people that don't have jobs today. Then people will have jobs by me opening up this big empire that I have envisioned in my head. So I would want to be remembered by that one person or one of the people that made a difference in this country of ours, where we have people struggling to make ends meet, people don't have jobs and things like that. So if I can then, even if I hire 10 people, those 10 people will remember that, you know what, because she opened a business, then my mother or whoever was able to get a job. But I'm not looking at 10 people, I'm looking at 10,000 people, So, but yeah, like for the sake of this conversation. But yeah, I would want to be remembered as that person who made a difference, not just in fashion, but also just in people's lives, Like, not just you made items of clothing and people looked beautiful when they went to parties or anything, but you gave back. So I would want that to be one of the things that I leave behind.
Waking up every morning, there must be some sort of motto or some phrase that you say to yourself. What would that be?
Ooh, my motto is, Lord, take charge of this day. I give it to you. That's basically every morning, literally every time I wake up, before my foot hits the floor, is, Lord, take charge of this day. It's your day, you've given it to me. So, and it actually does give me strength, even when I'm having those really terrible days, because then I know I gave it to him. So if it's not going well, it's because he's allowing it not to go well. So then, Lord, take charge. So that's it.
Andiswa, thank you so much for joining us today. It's been a pleasure speaking to you.
Thank you so much, Megan.
And you guys don't go anywhere, because our production phase is coming up next. After such such a long walk to freedom, we finally reached Andiswa's production phase. And we want to see exactly what goes on in this beautiful studio of hers. Let's go inside.
Hi guys, welcome to my studio. Okay, here we have Ukile, who's my best friend. We work together. She runs her own brand, but we're working in the same space. And that is Usisi Swanakele, who works with us. She's a machinist. So yeah, we have, as you can see, they're busy working on some stuff for a client. What is that you're making, my friend?
It's a jacket.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So they're making a jacket. So yeah, this is basically where the magic happens. We have our machines there, the straight machines. We have 2 straight machines, and then the overlockers and our cutting table. And we have a few items there that we've made. Should I go there and show you guys?
Tell me a bit more about these items under selling. Are they for customers? Are they just being made, or are you just randomly selling these at the moment?
Okay, some of them are for customers. I have clients that are coming through to try some of the stuff on. Like for instance, this is a men's jacket, men's blazer that we've made, and the client needs to come and pick it up, obviously. And these are also for clients. Some of them are actually stuff that I make for myself, so that I'm able to advertise the brand.
This is quite an interesting piece.
Yes.
Can you tell us the inspiration behind this dress?
Okay, this was more of I like classic pieces. Like there's actually 2 of them. This one, black and white version of it that can be worn to an office by a corporate lady. The reason why I actually chose this type of style is I wanted something that I can wear to work and also to church. Like you can wear it on its own or with the jacket. Like it's a 2-piece, so you could put this on, pull this off with a nice white shirt underneath, put on your cufflinks and look all corporate, or you can just put it on with a jacket and just go to church. So it's one of those really versatile type of clothing items. And then you have this. I love this. It's a jumpsuit. For those summer days when you just want to relax and still look cute. So yeah. And then you have things like this. This is also nice for church and office. Same as that, but this is more of wintry type of clothing. And then for your nice evenings, you can just pull this off, like if you're going to a cocktail party or anything like that. So is that dress, I mean, you could wear that to a wedding or for bridesmaids and things like that. And this is more like it's a casual blazer that I really like. Love this fabric, it's beautiful. But also for a corporate guy, you can still wear this with chinos on a Friday and put on a very nice shirt underneath and just go to work. So yeah.
Does being a Christian and having the modesty of a Christian girl play an impact or a role in the way you design your clothing and the way it reveals certain parts of your body?
It does, but at the same time, we also need to take into consideration the client. So the stuff that I make for myself is for myself, so it's stuff that I would wear. But then if I need to take the client into consideration, if they want to show off certain parts of their bodies that I would not necessarily show, so I can't prevent them from doing that, So
are these your offcuts of the clothing that you use?
yes, these are patterns. For this to come out, it needs to start from here. So we make patterns for our clients and then chop them off into pieces and then put them together, and items of clothing come out.
On average, how much time do you spend in this room a day?
Wow. Woof. Most of my time, from 8 o'clock up until sometimes 8 o'clock in the evening. Just depends on how busy we are. And because I work from home, then my time then it's flexible like that. I don't have to then, like I used to, knock off from work and then come back and start working. So if I have a client who needs stuff done ASAP, then I have to to cater for them. So then I end up being here for a very long time, sometimes 12 o'clock. I remember we used to sleep here sometimes. Like you would come here in the evening, because we both had full-time jobs then, and you'll see the sun come out and we'll still be here and we still need to go to work. Yes.
Obviously, having so much clothes to make a big production phase, because obviously you have a lot of clients and all these people in one place at a time. How do you guys deal with conflict in the workplace?
We don't actually. We've got mutual respect for each other, and even when it comes to clients, we don't have a situation where we steal each other's clients or anything like that. No. We're both Christian women, so we respect each other. We have that sisterly relationship. So we've never actually ever had any situation where we have to struggle. Her clients are clients, my clients are my clients. But when it comes to certain times when, say, I have deadlines that I need to meet, then she'll help me out. If she has deadlines, then she needs to meet. Then, yeah, we basically work very well together.
Andiswa, thank you so much for taking us through everything and who you are about. Obviously, we hope to see more of you in the future.
Of course you will.
And, you know, carrying on with your brand, stay true to what you're doing. And Young Designers, it's been a pleasure being here.
Thank you so very much for having me.
Guys, catch us next week, same time, same place, different designer. God bless and take care.